Hi guys, welcome to the latest video. This one I'm going to go through all my death pile items and show you what I've been up to in the past month or so since this lockdown started. I did actually record some footage at the start of the lockdown, or at least probably about a week before the lockdown. But one thing about that video, it did give me good footage of how my death piles looked at that time. So I'm going to show you that, and then I'll show you basically what I've been doing, and then I'll show you what the death piles actually look like now. I'm getting through them. Still got loads to list. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video.
Right, so as you know, I recently tidied up my office. So this is basically the contents of all the unlisted stock that was crammed into my office. It's basically piled full in here now. I put it in here purposely to actually force myself to get through it and get it sorted. Originally I was going to save a lot to do a car boot sale. Obviously that's not going to be the case anymore, so I'm pretty much going to put it all on eBay regardless of what it is. I'm not going to get rid of it, even if it's low value. I don't know, like this for example. Usually I would probably just charity shop that or take it to the boot sale. That will go on eBay for a couple of pound. Same as the Wayne Sleep thing. Things like this will continue to go to the charity shop. I'm just going to create a big, probably a good few boxes of stuff, take that to the charity shop. Whenever they reopen, they'll probably be wanting new stock when they reopen, so that would be good for them. But yeah, as much as I can will be listed. So this is the contents of my office. Right, now I recently went to an auction, and this is the contents of the auction. I managed to film a car. It's not all here, some of it's been put away. A couple of things that even been listed already, but got big boxes full of stuff. It's all random stuff. All needs going through. There's some more here, and turntables, telephones, loads of stuff. There's stuff piled up here, stuff over here. It's all going to be listed. So that's what the auction stuff I got. So that's that. And just when you thought I didn't have anything else, there's all of this stuff here. All of this is unlisted. It's all previously death pile stuff. This will all get listed. These video recorders are actually all faulty, so they won't be getting listed. They just need to be taken to the tip, really. It's possible I might list some of these as spares and repairs. These are basically why I'm keeping them now, because I thought maybe I could list them as spares and repairs cheap, just to bring in that extra little bit of money, and somebody else gets something that they might be able to fix. They're basically video recorders that don't have a decent picture. I've tried cleaning the heads, it doesn't seem to help, or they chew up tapes. People can repair them, but yeah, I don't know whether I will. I'll see what happens with those. But yeah, all of this will get listed. And if you didn't think that was enough, I also have this room which is crammed full of unlisted stock. As you can see, I've got loads. This is basically my death piles, or at least some of them. There's loads of stuff in here, as you can see. Hi-fi, video recorders, vintage computer down there, printer, big bag of vintage maps. There's loads in here. There's some Lego down here. Just there. Clothing in these bags. It's going to keep me going for quite a while. But I'm just trying to find some high ticket items in here that I can get listed. I can see up here there's a vintage Goblin teas made. That should fetch some decent money. I'm going to get that down. These board games up here, unfortunately, they're incomplete, so they're just basically waiting for some parts, basically.
There's some vintage hi-fi up here. I've got Hitachi, DVD players, receivers, and an amplifier, all boxed with the packaging. And there's a matching set of speakers just down here as well. Babyliss Spa here. I've got a load of vintage plates up here. What else have I got? Various boxes of random stuff as well, just small stuff. Got a video combi down there. I think there's a couple of camcorders at the back there. Vintage radio here, old one. There's an old, I think this is a radio or a turntable, I think. They're the speakers for it. I think the actual system is right down here somewhere. So yeah, loads of stuff, loads to be getting on with. This all needs listing. This is the perfect time for me to do it. So yeah, this is basically where I'm sourcing from at the moment. So that's given you a little insight into how I'm getting my stock at the moment. So yeah, just got to find some decent items to get listed here from this area. Okay, so that's how my death piles looked just before lockdown. I took that video footage to make a different video about what I was going to do during lockdown, but I never actually uploaded that one. So now, since then, I've been listing. I've been listing pretty much every day, and I've got quite a lot on, but there's still loads to list. So the next stage of this video is just to show you the process of that, some things I recorded during the time, and then I'll show you what my death piles now look like as we head into May.
Right, so I've picked out a couple of things from the death piles, as you saw there. Boombox and a Sony DVD player. Just about to test that with my computer monitor, or rather TV rather, which I keep here. This is the one I use for testing. It's an old TV, but it allows me to have all the connections I need to test DVD players and that sort of thing. Now there's several reasons why things have ended up on the death pile. This, for example, probably ended up there just because I had so much stuff. It needed to go away, so it wasn't in the way, and I had loads of other good stuff to list, so I never actually got round to it, so that probably works. This, I think it might have ended up on the death pile because there's something rattling around inside it. I may have even tested it in the past and the belts were gone. So I need to check it again and see what the deal is, get whatever's rattling around out of it, and see what the deal is with it and see if it's worth listing. Because yeah, things can be on the death pile for a reason. If I have left it, thought I'd just deal with it later. So, but now later has arrived really. So now it's the time to try and fix it or put it out in the rubbish. So I've picked out some items out my death pile. I'll just go through them here. This is the sort of thing I'm generally listing as my bread and butter items every day from the death pile. So I've got a Dell charger for a laptop. They usually go for like £10 plus postage. I got a 12 volt power supply out for a DVD headrest system for a car that I was missing one of these, and I found one of these in the death pile, so hopefully that will get that going. There's a Sony charger here as well. That'll probably fetch like a tenner plus postage. I found this Panasonic phone base. I haven't got the phone, but the base and the power supply should sell for like a tenner. Got a Technics remote control, and that went with the Technics systems I've listed recently. So I'm not sure how much that will be, but I expect that will be quite a lot, maybe maybe even £30 for that. I'm not really sure, but pretty sure. I think I've sold those before. 2 PC items. This is a brand new stress management game thing, and a flying game. Won't be much value in those, but it's all got to be listed. This is to go with a sat-nav system I've got. It was actually my own. This is a TomTom XL, I think. So I'm just making sure I've got all the bits needed for that, and I'll be listing that once I've fully tested it. These are some sheep shears. I actually posted in the Many Mental Facebook group to find out what these were, because I wasn't really sure what they were, but apparently they're sheep shears. And I found them in my barn. So I was going to keep them as sort of a decorative item and hang them somewhere in the house as a memory of the original property sort of thing, but I think I'm just going to sell them, to be honest with you. We're talking I'm probably going to put them on for like £20, and they'd be a good Etsy item as well. I've got a Freeview recorder there, some sort of portable radio. This is a Thompson in its box. That just needs testing. Another Freeview recorder. I've got 2 bits of memory sticks for computers there. I'll probably get them listed. Another Freeview recorder. And this I thought might be something that will sell. It's like an inflatable Lilo, but it also doubles as like a seat, like a lounger thing. I thought that's gonna do well this time of year, and with people being in their gardens and stuff like that as well. So get that on there. That's brand new and sealed. Would have come from an auction, I would have thought. Got these 2 Hoovers as well that I need to get listed. I've listed and sold a Henry Hoover, but I've got a Hetty Hoover as well, but I'm just waiting for the replacement pole and things I've ordered on eBay. So once they come, I'll be able to create that bundle. I'm not sure whether I'll be buying poles for these. I don't know if these really have that much value, but they both work. They just need a really big clean. Look at it, it's covered in horrible dust. These would have come from a job lot in an auction or something. I think this one's actually brand new, but it is quite dusty. But I don't think it's actually ever been used. So hopefully I'll be able to clean that really well and sell it as like new ever. So yeah, a few items there for today's listing. I'll be doing some more as well. It won't just be these things, but yeah, it'll keep me going, certainly. Okay, here's a bit of a top tip for you. Had this monitor. It's an LG monitor for a computer. I got it for just £1 at the boot sale, really cheap. Unfortunately, it's completely dead. It's not working at all. So what I'm going to do, I've looked on eBay, and somebody's managed to get £25 just for this stand, pre-owned. It's a rotating stand as well. It's got like a swivel base on the bottom. So with that and the screws to go with it, which I've got, I'm going to advertise that separate on its own, pre-owned, giving it a clean. And the actual broken screen I can sell to a local Facebook user who buys old TVs and monitors and gives me a £5 for them, regardless whether they work or not. As long as the screen isn't physically broken, he takes it. I think he takes all the innards out and salvages the gold, I think. But that's fine with me. And I'll just list the stand. So not all is lost if the monitor doesn't work. It's a nice item from a death pile. I didn't even know I had. St. Michael, Marks and Spencer vintage placemats, cork backed, in the case with the coasters. Make a nice listing once it's all cleaned up. Like a floral print. So yeah, very nice. The video recorder. This is a Pacific one, but there's a couple more in there. I'm going to get them out as well. What I do with these, I place the TV on the top and I'll bundle a skirt lead with it, give it a clean up, test it, take a picture with it with the video showing on the screen, and job's a good one. So I've got a free set box here, Manhattan free set box, and some BT phones. I've got the remote for the Manhattan box as well, so I'm going to get that all tested now, and should be a nice little profit in that, I think. So just as I've been working today and listing, Mr. Diggs Adrian has just gone live, so if you want to subscribe to him, show him some support, it's Mr. Diggs Deals eBay Reselling on YouTube. A great reseller, and he's thinking about doing weekly lives, which will be really good. So good luck with that, Adrian, and I'm listening to you as I list. So we've got some more things out the death pile. Here is a portable fridge. These do well. Figure out how to open it. There you go. And it's got the shelf in there. It's got the shelf in there. It's got the plug. So I'll give that a test. Check it all works. These usually go warm and cold. Yeah, warm and cool. There you go. I get around £20 for those plus postage. I've got these Kenwood Chef items as well. Haven't got the Kenwood Chef, so I know what model they fit because it's on that manual. Yeah, I think there are 2 plastic bowls. Yeah, that's plastic. Another plastic bowl, and the sieve, and wherever that is, some sort of mixer thing. I have to do some research into exactly what these are and what models they fit, so I can put it in the listing. Probably quite decent value items there, all out the death pile. So I'm just listing and photographing here, and I've put Reseller Kid on. He's a new YouTuber. Go and subscribe to him as well. The Reseller Kid. So go and show him your support. I think this might be his first live. It's the first one I've seen anyway. So yeah, good luck to him. And I'm going to carry on with my packaging with it on in the background. Here's a tip. You might have seen this on the 80s live I did the other week with Peter Cummins and Peter Ray. I'm actually sold this. This is like an amplified sounds and things. I've had a few of these before. They take a long time to sell. I didn't really get a lot for this one. I think it sold for £15, which actually isn't that bad. It's better than what I thought it was. But I've had it for ages. Would I pick them up again? Probably not, although I think I got this in an auction lot. It's the sort of thing you see quite often actually in bundles of electricals. And as you can see over here, I've got hi-fi. This is how I usually package my hi-fi items. I cling film them all together in one massive sort of clump, so there's no movement of anything. Then I wrap them in bubble wrap, and then it's a case of putting it in a box with some polystyrene around it or just some cardboard to package it. That's basically how I package up the electricals. Yeah, this sold for £17 delivered, which is pretty good for one of these. Gave it a bit of a clean up. It's not perfect, but it's a retro item. but what I wanted to discuss is that I buy these boxes using my eBay store packaging voucher, which you get with featured eBay stores or above, and I usually get boxes like this, or I get boxes like this. These are the ones I use most of the time for smaller items, because they're perfect for I don't know, telephones or power supplies, that sort of thing. These are brilliant. And these ones for the slightly larger items, you can see here, this will fit nice and snugly in there. And I use the labels. I use the backing paper of the labels that I print out using my label printer, just to add some more packaging in these sort of boxes. These I use stronger boxes that I get from my supplier, because they need to be more stronger boxes. The eBay boxes are okay, but they're only single walled, as you can see. I often need double walled, which is basically like that, and they're much stronger boxes. Yeah, so I'm going to get this packaged up. Right, so I've got this packaged up, and I've stuffed the backing paper in there. Unfortunately, I've run out of that, but what I also do is I shred paper using my paper shredder. So any junk mail I get, or letters that I don't want, or anything really, I run through my shredder, and the shredder I've got makes these stringy sort of shreds, which is good. It isn't so great for shredding important documents, because you can, depending on how it's cut, you could still read some sort of number or something like that on there. But the, like here, you see, you can still read what it says. But these are the best for using as packaging, because the ones that cut them fine are too sort of dusty. So when people get their parcel, it sort of fills their living room with rubbish. So this is perfect. And yeah, I'll just stuff some stuff down there, put a little bit on top, and that'll be that. And then it'll be a case of folding it over and sellotaping it. Show you what I've been up to this morning. My premiere of my latest video just went up, and I was in that chatting to a few of the viewers, and as I was doing that, I was dismantling a hoover. It's a Vax air reach hoover, and what I've done, I've separated all the little bits and pieces, and these will all be sold as parts. So I've done a few here. I've got the filter lid, I've got the pipe work, I've got the wiring. Down here I've got the motor, I've got the main motherboard bit there. There's some little hose attachments there. I've got the roller, I've got the protective base, I've got the feet and the wheels here. I've got the main motor housing, I've got the main dustbin, and a couple of upright parts. So all these will be listed all separately. It looks like roughly that's sort of 15, that's 15, that's 15, they're about £10, that's 15, 10, 15, 15, 15, then probably 10 for these. So you're talking well over £100 that this hoover's worth in parts. If I was to sell it as just a hoover, it's probably only about £20. So yeah, it's well worth doing, dismantling these hoovers. I've actually got 2 more Dysons to dismantle as well. So yeah, this is a bit of a test to see if it's worth picking up hoovers at auctions and car boot sales, and basically doing the same to them. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Hopefully, I'm just taking photos there. You can see I've took photos of those wheels just there, and these are already done. They're ready to go into the storage. Yeah, so that's my job for this morning. Here's a little top tip for you. This radio was a little bit grubby. It looked like it had sort of quite a lot of smoke damage and stuff. So I masked it out, and I used some the wheel paint you can get, silver wheel paint, and I just gave it a quick dusting over on the grill, masked up everything else with some paint. And when I peel off the tape, it should look really nice, much better than it did before with the really dirty grill. So if I peel off the tape now, you should be able to see the difference. Of course, you can do the same trick with black grills as well. You can just use a black spray paint. As long as you give it a slight dusting, you don't want to spray too much on it. And of course, depending on the actual item, you might need to mask it off in different ways, better ways. You can see it looks quite good. Much better. I've got the Sony logo to fit back on there as well. It's a £25 radio, so it basically looks really nice now, much better than it did before. For the sake of a little bit of masking off, I'll give it another quick test, because obviously there will be paint on the grill, on the speaker behind, but the amount that will go on there is minimal, as long as you give it a slight dusting, so it won't affect the actual playback of the stereo, especially on a unit like this. It was a high-end thing. What you probably want to do is take it to bits, take the grill out, or at least take the case off and then spray it without the speaker behind, but it's not really worth me doing that on this item. It's only £25, and it'll be fine. So yeah, it looks really nice now, so that's ready to get photographed and listed. So in contrast to what I showed you before, I'm starting to see a few empty areas on the shelves, and I have actually started to put other stuff that is in other areas in here, and I'll just move some stuff about, but there's still a load in there here, as you can see. There's still hi-fis, there's still toasters, there's all this sort of stuff. There's some board games, more hi-fi at the back there, more hi-fi. These are decorative plates, got all these books, more hi-fi at the back there. These are waiting for bits and bobs like power supplies and things like that to be able to test them. I've got a big crate of Tetley Tea figures here. These are one of the first things I bought when I started part-time, quite a number of years ago now. These need to go on there as a bundle. Need to get rid of them. So yeah, progress is being made, and I've still got loads of stuff to list. Happy days.
So as you can see there, the death piles are going down slowly, but it's taking time. There's still loads and loads of stuff for me to list, so I'm quite pleased I've got all this backlog, and it's really helping me keep me going, and it's nice to see these things actually get listed as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. I think I'm going to do some more throughout the next couple of weeks, and just as all this stuff gets listed, I'm hoping by the time all this is clear, then there'll be some sort of sourcing available. I did try to source at an online auction last night, to get some high ticket items. But the prices were going a little bit too high really for resale. I think people are desperate for the stock and willing to take smaller margins. Not really there yet because I've got all this stuff, so I don't need to do that, but it may be an option at some point. But for now, I'm going to carry on listing what I've got. So thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.